I want to talk about Invincible because I'm 4 episodes into this series and I gotta say that I love it. Now, if you're not into cartoons and you're not into superheroes, then you're not going to be into this. I'm not even going to try to ask my girlfriend to watch this series with me. I know that this is a lone venture for me. But I've never read the comic either. And I'm sure from what I'm seeing online that there's like a ravenous, dedicated fan base to the comic. And based on the comments I'm seeing and the 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm thinking that it stuck pretty true to the comic. Now, I had a unique perspective because I hadn't read the comic. So I decided just to give it a try. And I gave it a try because I looked at who was in it and I was blown away. Look how many people are in this. I mean, this must be so expensive to produce. Look at these stars. I mean, you can imagine how much it costs for them to show up and give their voice. And again, this many celebrity voices weren't necessary. In one of the first scenes, there's a random security guard who's voiced by John Hamm. I mean, God, Amazon has a lot of money. I mean, it's great. I love hearing all these voices, and they work for this role, but God damn. So anyway, so I checked it out. The first half was entertaining, typical superhero story. I liked the animation style. I couldn't tell if it was going for adult or kind of like young adult. And then it makes the switch. And this switch from normal superhero to ultra-violent, kind of heart-wrenching, heartbreaking violence was swift, and it hit me, and I was like hooked. I was like, okay, I love this. First of all, it did a good job of making me give a shit about a couple superheroes in a cartoon from a character standpoint, and so their death hit extra hard. It's impressive for a cartoon to do. It's not easy. So many cartoons want to be adult just by doing a lot of swearing and, sex themes. But for me, that always comes off cringy, and it feels like it's made for 13-year-olds who want to be adults. Kind of like the 13-year-old girls who go to Starbucks because they think it makes them grown up, or me in high school having cigarettes outside because I wanted to be a grown up. This kind of stuff. But actual grown ups are like, no. So this, as a grown up, I must say, is a good grown up show. I said grown up so much there. So I recommend it. Listen, if you're into cartoons and you don't mind them and you can understand that there's relevance to them and you can appreciate good writing and why they would take animation as the way to go with this, which obviously just gives them more room, to explore the superpower stuff of this. And it can be cringy. J.K. Rowling is the voice of the main guy. And, if he was in a costume flying around, it would be a little cringy. So I'm glad they went animation with. Listen, I don't know if it's going to stay good, but it's good as far as I'm concerned. What I don't like about it is that it has the same basic plot of a young person first getting their superpowers, learning to deal with it, struggling his relationship and crushes in the real world, wanting to tell people who he is. That's played out. Oh my God, is that boring? Like when I'm watching the show and he has his high school love interest, I mean, I get it, but it's boring. I mean, it's only boring because it's just been done a million times. There's got to be another angle to go with this stuff. But the hyper-realism is great. Citizens actually dying is great because it puts you in a different mind frame of what it would be like to live in a world with superheroes. And, the reality is with superheroes come supervillains, and with that would come a lot of death and destruction. So far this show's good. Listen, check it out. It's worth it. Just watch the first episode. I'm a big fan. That's it. Invincible. Alright, whatever. Go away. This was a useless video.